Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fresh Off the Set. I'm Elora Murray, and I am joined today by some amazing girl bosses. Love interviewing female entrepreneurs, and it's just, the icing on the cake when they're friends. So I am here with Welch and Wendy Inkley, who are the girl bosses, co-owners of Jambooks. Both of you, welcome!
Yay, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to have you guys here. Okay, so I know what Jambooks is, and a lot of people don't, and if they don't, they should. But if they don't know, talk to us about what is Jambooks.
Well, Jambooks is a really unique way to make a photo book. So it is a collaborative, texted-in photo book. So basically what we've done is we've taken out like the middle ground of uploading photos to your computer and then getting them placed on a photo book and kind of formatting everything. What we've done is we text you once a week. We say, hey, what do you want to remember about this week? And you reply back with photos, with written text messages of memories and things like that. And we automatically format that and put it in a book for you.
This sounds too good to be true, because literally as a mom, he's past the point where I can do the month thing. Because once you hit 18 months, it's weird to be like, he is 21 and a half months. And I think that's where I'm at. So as a mom of a 1.5 month old, he does cute things every single day I want to remember.
But it's so hard. How do you have time?
What am I supposed to do?
And you're
too
missing
busy.
all these little details, right? We created Jambooks with moms in mind.
I love it.
And we know that things are so fleeting. And you're a working mom. We work. We know. We understand how quickly it all goes. So that's how we wanted it to be a really quick and easy way to just send off information, send off memories. And we realized that the biggest thing that we were missing in how we documented life was that in the moment detail capture that we loved about social media, but we didn't want to make it as public as social media.
Right.
And I love that, because everyone's different with social media with their kids. I don't post a lot of my precious boys' face on social media. Every single person is different, and everyone has their own, lines when it comes to that. So talk to me more about the story behind the company. You're saying that you did it with moms in mind, but I'm guessing there's some sort of story, inspiration behind this.
Yeah. So remember back in 2020 when everything turned upside down and you weren't supposed to hang out with anyone? Well, we had chosen as friends to be each other's people that you could hang out with during COVID. But it was a really weird Thanksgiving, and I can remember the day after Thanksgiving, we have, at least that year, a hideaway Friday where we didn't want to see anyone do anything, go shop, do anything.
Wanted to do the opposite of Black Friday. We did a hideaway Friday.
So we were hiding away, and all of a sudden it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we realize we need some sustenance. So our go-to is In-N-Out Burger. Left the kids home and got in Danny's 15-passenger van, and we were in the drive-thru. About 15 minutes before we left, Bree looks down at her phone and sees a text from another photo company that was helping her make a book, and she couldn't, she had some questions about it. It was kind of frustrating. She wanted to send in pictures, and Danny walks past her and says, oh, we could do that. We can text in pictures, because Danny and I had a marketing business where you use text.
Right. And for those of you who don't know, Danny is Wendy's husband.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. It's just using people's name and assuming the whole world knows who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Husband.
So we are in this company all together. It's two best friend couples. But me and Wendy are the actual owners.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
there you go. All right, so we go back, and Danny's like, hey, we can do this.
And then we're in the In-N-Out line 15 minutes later.
And it's a long line.
Of course it is. I was going to say, so
no one wanted to cook that day.
After 2 years goes by, and you go out of the In-N-Out line.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, can we go back to when you said we can do that? And he's like, yeah, we just became able to send in MMS, photos over text. And so, we could do that.
And
so
we're sitting
there
I was
in the line.
frustrated because I'm making this book and it's all mom's job. And I hate that scrapbooking has always been mom's job.
Yeah.
And I was like, all of the photos of me and my kids are on my husband's phone. And I have to text him to text me the pictures to put them on this book. And it frustrated me. I was like, why can't he just be added onto it? And Danny was like, we could do that. And that was Jambooks.
Literally,
that's
by
when
the
it was
time
born.
we got our doubles and our french fries, we had the idea for the business. By 2 a.m., we had the name. And by Monday, we had the LLC created.
We did.
I love that.
We were gung-ho.
Yeah.
And we really did. We stayed up in your living room with the fire on.
Yes.
Just chatting about names and how it could look and what all the capabilities of.
And we couldn't believe that someone already hadn't come up with the idea. We were like, I bet on Monday we find out this is
already a thing.
I love it. And now Jambooks is born.
It's born.
All right. What did you guys do before Jambooks? And how did that kind of influence the concept?
Yeah. Well, we'd already talked about about Wendy with text message marketing.
Yeah, we were marketing.
Yeah, they have groups where it's like if you go to a grocery store and it says, hey, for our deals, text this number.
Love it.
Yeah.
So they were already really great at that business. So me and my husband, Addison, are very visual people. So I'm a photographer and he does a lot of like graphic design, illustration, that kind of thing. So we're very visual people. And so it's kind of funny because I feel like these two things really married each other in this idea.
Perfectly kind of meshes all the talent that you guys have together.
And we were already all entrepreneurs.
Yes.
You know,
All
that's
work
something
for
to throw in
ourselves.
there because I don't think you just start a business if you never have before. So all of
Yeah,
our like,
if we're working
I mean,
a 9
we
to
had a
5.
failed shave ice business 5 years before that. I mean, we'd had a lot of business opportunities that some were successful and some not so
I mean,
successful.
and that's the name of the game.
Yeah. We weren't
We knew
scared
that.
of starting something new because
Deal.
they had photo.
Yeah, Etsy shop,
yeah.
all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your photo business, how long have you had Pepper Fox?
It's in its 12th year. Crazy. So
I'm
I'm a headshot branding photographer in Utah and plugging along. And once that business kind of now is mindless, it kind of opens you up for, oh, what else could I do? I think
I
people
love
say
it.
that like you have about 7 years with a new business before you get in that groove. And then your brain space opens up for more things.
I love it. Okay, so what were the first steps you took? I mean, I know you guys were sitting by the fire and
Yes.
you came up with names.
Yes.
But for those listening and are like, oh my gosh, I have this great idea that I want to do, but I don't know the first steps. Like, what would you say to someone? I mean, the first steps to
Yeah.
turn this into a functioning business.
Well, it was nice that my husband had already, we had gone through the process a lot of times of setting up
An LLC.
and deciding, you know, that was going to be a good route for us
So,
to
and
take.
he has an MBA as well.
Yeah,
so he's
that's
kind
true.
of like the business part
in
of that, which is nice to kind of know a little bit. And I had set up an LLC before, but definitely wasn't used to doing it
Right.
often or could just do it on the fly. But setting up an LLC, I think another big thing was finding someone who could help us develop the technology.
Right. We used our guy from our ratenow.net was our text platform.
Okay.
And Fred Larson, who had created that for us, we reached out to him and said, okay, we've got
Here's
more
our
work
idea.
for you.
What do you think?
And he got right to work. So that was important. Find someone who could actually do the development of the software.
The techie
Yeah.
side of things.
yes, exactly.
So when you guys are starting this, were there any maybe surprises or obstacles that, you know, came in the way that you had to over? They're giggling, so I know that
How long is your show? No, it's funny. When we read this question in the car, we were like, well, yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, I would
still
love
in
to
the
say
middle.
that we're past all of that and it's running smoothly. It's not. What I think we have learned so much about is that a tech company will require constant tech. And so we kind of thought, oh, we'll hire someone to build this thing and then it will run. And that has not been the case.
Yeah.
And I think that threw us all for a loop. It's been really kind of hard to go, oh, okay, so software is a different beast. It is like a living organism that you constantly have to like feed and tweak and make sure that it's staying up. We also opened our business in the height of AI. In 2020, it wasn't a thing.
Right.
I
Now-
feel like it became a thing like for me
Yeah.
a year and a half ago
Yes.
when it was really part of my life.
Yes. And now it's like every tech company, every software company is using it.
Right.
It's integrated in everyday life now, which is such a crazy, wild, fast train to be a part of.
Yeah, and users are expecting more automation. So
Yeah.
that was
Less.
something that we hadn't caught up to or haven't
Yes.
caught up to.
They have like less patience to like create a photo book and to, you know,
Right.
because everything is now like, oh, have AI edit for you, have AI do this. So I think just understanding people's attention spans.
So, I mean, when I'm talking to you guys, I asked you about your hardships. You laughed about it. You told me you have such a positivity when it comes to entrepreneurship and just kind of like going with the flow. And I can kind of tell that that's how you are. Why and how? How are you just so like, you know what? Maybe that was a swing and a miss. Oh, that was harder than I thought. Oh, well, like how do you keep that positivity going?
For me, it has come from all those past experiences that we
Yes.
had. And I was given the advice, it might have even been from
Awesome with Allison.
Allison. I can remember her saying, okay, if you have a business idea and you want it to happen tomorrow, you're in the wrong business. Like this is not going to happen overnight and you're going to have a different journey than you think you're going to have. Honestly, this idea came in November. We thought by Father's Day. And we were like, and that's being generous.
Yeah, we're going to be off the ground and on Shark Tank, you know?
No. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is going to take some time. And if it's worth it, which we all really feel like this is a gift. Like the day that we had the idea, we felt like it was a gift. So then you feel like you have this thing and it's a baby, let's say. You're just going to take care of it and let's see where it goes. But if you're going to try to like muster and like force it to happen, you'll just be disappointed and things won't go the way you want them to go. And then you get emotions in it that aren't worth it with a friendship. Yeah. So you have to keep what comes, the perspective of, okay, now what can I do with this that still meets the lifestyle I want to have? And you want to have peace. And so you've got to be flexible. So again, I'd give that same advice, maybe even the additional advice that if you have to have things go the way your mind thinks they're going to go, business probably isn't for you. You've got to be flexible.
Entrepreneurship is not. Yeah, because there are so many winding roads. I think we often, too, in social media and, I don't know, even just movies, things like that, we're always used to seeing the after success stories and seeing like really quick, oh, I was struggling with this thing. And, you know, a reel will show you, I was struggling for 10 seconds and then here I am and it worked out. And you're like, wow, what are the winding roads of all of that? And
they're like, well, we didn't show them to
they
you.
They didn't show them. I know. And so I think that we have unreal expectations of how that should go and that we have been able to like really just love each other through friendship. Well, that was one thing that was really important to us starting the business and that we really talked about. We set aside contracts, everything, because we just didn't want any gray area to get in the way of friendship. And we agreed if any of this does get in, we are hands off. We are done.
Yeah. Our friendship's more important.
Our friendship's more important.
I love that. I was like, I have to ask this because that question I asked you and you were just giggling about your hardships. I was like, there's a secret somewhere because
it's just that it's not over.
Yes.
Like we're not on the other end saying, oh, we did it. And remember when things were hard. We're still in it. We're in the trenches. And you have to realize you're in the trenches and still, how rad we're doing this business together.
Yeah.
Like even when it's hard, it's rad.
It's really cool to have like best friends that you actually even want to go into business with. I think that's rare too.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to have you guys come back on the show and give advice on adult friendship.
I mean, that is the heart of this company is we wanted to spend more time together and we wanted to create something that helped us remember our times together better. Yeah. And then it became like, well, all families want this. And we found it was rare for friends to hang out like we did. And we were like, oh, so for most people, this is for families. Yeah. But for us, it's a friend thing. And like just being able to have shared experiences together and be able to document those easily. That was the biggest difference with Jambooks for us is like we wanted this to be a collaborative book. So if you went on a group vacation together, you know, you had a grandparent or, a loved one that you wanted to like share all of their, like it was their birthday or something. And you wanted to say like, oh, okay, everyone sending your messages for this person. So it wasn't just like through the lens of one person because it's way better to see what everyone else says.
Absolutely.
And that's what's so special about our books is you get them printed and it's not just, oh, I know what already is in here. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that someone said that. And I can't believe that they caught this little moment of our vacation.
Or at a wedding. Oh, they took wild pictures at the reception table that I never would have seen otherwise. Yeah.
So, I mean, we've talked a lot about, the beginnings and you guys' relationship. How has the community responded to your product and how do you engage with the community?
Yeah, I think it's been really different for us just in that we have noticed that if we are able to talk to people personally about it, they get it. Yeah. But how we've been realizing like on social media and things, sometimes it takes people like 4 or 5 videos before they understand what it is because it is such a radical concept of like, you're not making a photo book 6 months after your trip. You start the photo book when you're leaving on the airport and we help you document it in real time.
I so wish I had done this when I went to Disney World with my baby in October.
But then you just have to say, well, I'll do it next time. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people tried to make it in the past and that it's just not how we're set up.
People want to catch all of those last, I had this thing and I wanted, and I'm like, guess what? Your life is really cool right now. Yeah. You could start a Jambook today and capture all those really, really cute things, that your son is doing today, which I think people go, oh no, I had this special experience and I'm remembering it in hindsight. And we're going, no. Special things are happening right now.
I think we are capturing something very, very different.
Yeah.
And I think it's taught me that everyday life, because we just got back from an amazing literal dream trip to Kauai. It was precious. So is to date. Like it's really taught me that everyday memories are precious.
Yes, the little stuff matters.
Yeah.
Just talking more about like how community has responded. I think people are so excited about it and so excited to have something that for their busy lives, they can easily just document and capture. I think especially we right now are catering so much to young moms because we know what it's like to feel those things slipping through your fingers, and we know that it is the coolest thing that you do. Wendy is on this more mature end of raising kids. And so it's cool to see like that we both have this different perspective of I'm raising, you know, a 4-year-old and she's raising, how old is Payson now? Your youngest
15.
is 15.
Yeah.
So kids out of the house, kids living across the country. And we are realizing, wow, like from her perspective, I'm able to go, wow, my life is really precious right now. And she's going, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the stage. You're going to, and you know, like this helps me capture that and make sure that I remember.
And the women that are in all the different phases of life, when they reach out, they're like, oh, I can have my grandkids help me make a book. And I'm like, absolutely.
Yes.
And my 15-year-old who has his cell phone, he helps me make the book. So I get to see his perspective. So it has been nice to have the community say, thank you.
Yes.
And I love the constant reminder that you are living life right now. And every day is precious. Like I have this thing that I always have, like, what was my like amazing moment of the day?
Oh,
and sometimes
I love that.
it's just like something silly, but it was still amazing. And it's
Yes.
something I want to remember. Like my little boy thinking he's, you know, having a fake conversation with Mickey on the phone. Like
Cute.
that's just, those are the small things.
Yeah,
I think it also trains your brain to see them
Absolutely.
because you're looking for them. You know, you're making a Jambook. Oh, I've got to look for the things. And if you're looking for the rad stuff in your life, you will see more of it. So it actually makes your life better.
I love it.
We did a Thanksgiving book for my Welch side, my husband's side of the family, where all of the grandkids and grandparents and all the siblings contributed. And we just got a message all through November saying, what are you grateful for? And it was so funny. It's like every day I would remember to take a picture of something because I was like, oh, it's going to ask me at 5 p.m. tonight. And so I would have this like gratitude and looking for it. And my brain is trained to find those things. And then one night we were at a family dinner and someone pulled their phone out to take a picture of family dinner. And I was like, are you taking that for the Jambook? And they're like, yes. And I was like, I was going to do the same thing. And someone said, I was going to do the same thing. So it's like, yeah, your brain is looking for those good things.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys are creating like a lifestyle almost, not just a product. You are creating a lifestyle for families to appreciate the small and big moments in life, which is huge. And that is so amazing. And you talked a little bit about social media, how it takes like, you know, maybe 4 videos for people to understand. How are you leveraging those platforms? Because I mean, social media, it's a huge part of our lives. Yep. So how are you using it to help you guys grow and to help really explain what you guys are doing?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yes, I am in charge of marketing, and I tell you, I'm learning new things every day. And when I started doing Jambooks posts, when I started like the Instagram and we got the technology out there and everything, I've noticed like even the videos I was posting then, they will not hold people's attention now. So I have found that it is a very quickly changing platform, that the algorithm favors new things every week almost. You know what I mean?
It is wild.
It's wild.
How fast it's changing and what the algorithm likes and what people like.
What people are looking for. And I think right now what I have found is people really want to be a part of your day-to-day story. They don't want this like beautifully curated, I don't know, more of like what you would see as an ad on TV. They don't want to see that. They want to see, we were struggling with this thing and look at the solution we found. And they want to see your entrepreneur journey. They want to see the highs and the lows. And they want to see you, you know, out of your makeup and just talking to the camera like you were talking to a friend. So I think authenticity has been a huge part of finding our social media voice, is not just saying, oh yeah, we're super legit and here's our forward-facing, beautiful, curated thing. It's going, okay, guys, here's what we're challenged with today, and here's how we're moving forward. Here's some ideas for you. Like, it's just more of a conversation.
I think that's so much, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, such a big part of Jambooks' voice and your branding is to be genuine and to be authentic and to encourage people to live in these authentic, genuine moments. So if you didn't talk that way on social media, you probably wouldn't be getting this lifestyle brand you're creating across.
Yes. But I think it also has opened our eyes to, this is a slow burn product. This is not like, oh yeah, I bought it one time and it was awesome and here we go, we're done. It's like, no, we're wanting lifers. We are wanting people who really understand and want to appreciate and value it, you know?
Right. I think it's a behavior change, and behavior change is hard for us humans. And so someone going from, I either don't document at all and I like my pictures just living on my phone, although I see them never, even if they're on a Google Drive or something, but changing that behavior to, oh, all I do is I text that picture in. The behavior change is hard because humans resist it. That's how our brains work. So I do believe that those who embrace a little bit of change, they come to us and they say, this is awesome. I have this whole book. I took no time making it.
But people who still appreciate a book. We did a Roots Tech conference booth, and we were talking to people who are really into family history and that thing. And a bunch of people were like, well, wait, I'm trying to make everything digital. Why are we going back to print? And it has really helped us focus in our message on how important print is, especially for raising young kids. If they are not seeing that they are a part of a team and a family unit, they don't grow up with the same security and confidence that we had with our printed out pictures and our stuff all over the walls. Yeah. And I'm like, there are memories that I only have from childhood because I saw printed photos from them.
Oh, and I actually think I remember it, but it was like the picture.
It was actually the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a nephew the other day say to my sister, how did you get my face on a piece of paper?
He couldn't understand it. Could not.
She had printed a picture of him and put it in a frame.
He was like, wait, what?
How am I
Am
on
I
a piece of
in a
paper?
magazine? What's happening?
Literally, when I was in high school, I did drill for 3 years, and my first like officer job in drill, I was like the team scrapbook historian.
Yes.
That was literally my job on drill.
Incredible.
And so
you would have loved a Jambook.
that I
You
would
would have
have,
loved it.
especially
Sorry, I weren't there for you.
because everyone was taking pictures, and I was like,
Yes.
can people give me their
You
pictures?
send them to me.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's tactile, that you can hold it and look at
It's
that.
important nowadays. It's rare.
And I love that.
And
you
it
guys
helps
are
your
doing it.
brain know it's important.
I love
it.
this.
Yeah.
You guys are basically, like I said, I need you to come back and talk to us about adult friendships and family therapy. So we'll come back.
We have so much to say.
And I'm sure people listening to you, they're like, this product sounds amazing. I want to get in on this. But I'm sure they're also like, these guys are just so positive. Is there a piece of advice you have for someone who is like, I want to start a creative business of my own, or I want to start a business of my own? It doesn't have to be creative. What is a piece of advice you would give to someone who wants to do that?
I mean, I kind of already gave a little bit of advice that if you can just keep an open mind, take what you're given and where you're at right now and say, how can I move forward? I love the idea of not making it so precious. Bree and I especially were prayerful and spiritual, and like when we get ideas, run with them, but be open to where they'll lead. It may not be where you assumed it would. So just keep an open mind. And
I think too, like all of my most successful ideas are things that I would use myself. And I think that's something that we do a lot with developing where we are and what the product is. It's like, well, you take it on your vacation to Hawaii and you go, oh, this would be easier if we did this. Oh, well, we want to try this. So I think just like anything that you would actually use in everyday life, like making sure that it's something that you would want in your home, making sure it's not just like, oh, people would love this. It'll sell. It'll, it's for someone. There's a product out there. It's there. It's like, no. What am I missing in my life? And how would it be the perfect thing, the perfect solution for me and my problems?
Jambooks, where do you see it in the next few years? What are, exciting plans, expansions? What is next?
such a fun question in January. We, at the end of this vacation, Danny said, okay, I love that I just heard everyone's resolutions, but he said, okay, but let's just say if all your dreams came true this year, where are we at?
Where would you actually go?
Yeah, my answer was, we sell Jambooks and live happily ever after. I mean, it's you have to remember the end goal isn't to just have this thing, it's to lead to a lifestyle. So I think where we're headed, we have to keep in mind the end customer is someone who wants to buy Jambooks and take it to where they can with their resources. So that's my thought, is that we're headed towards someone taking it and making it even better.
Yep. Another thing that we have been really following forward with and developing and tweaking and making sure is perfect is our subscription service. So this is what we had young moms in mind for. So it's not just for the weddings and the group travel and all these like special events. It's for the day-to-day journaling. And so we made a subscription service that is easy for young moms to sign up, and you get a certain amount of books a year, and you send in your photos. You get that once a week text that says, what do you want to remember? And it goes to your husband or your kids with phones, whatever. And then that all gets compiled in every 100 pages that you fill. And that was something we really wanted to deliver on our promise of making the easiest photo book possible.
I am so excited about that because, I was showing our associate producer in the middle of our show. I was like, look, this is my little boy wearing Mickey glasses in the middle.
You're like, look, it's hilarious.
And she's like, she responded very well and was like, oh, he's so cute. So
You're like, this is for the Jambook. This is for the Jambook.
This is for the
Text
Jambook. I love it. And I mean, before we wrap up, we talked about this a little bit, but really what is so fascinating to me about this product is, like I said, it's not so much a product, but a lifestyle that you guys are creating. So how do you want your brand to impact your customers and this, Jambook community long term?
I love our tagline, life is better together. So keeping in mind that your life is good, but it's better because there are other people in it. And Jambook should help you see your people in a way that you feel gratitude for them. And then they grow, like that space, that importance in your heart and mind grows just because you've appreciated them.
Yes.
I love it.
And along those same lines, like, I just hope that it keeps people present. It's a really easy way to document and intentionally set aside those moments and those ideas and those things that you had. But then also you can go right back to life. It's not, I'm going to post this on social media and then I'm going to pick the perfect music and I'm going to look through a few things and then 2 hours go by and you've scrolled your phone.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute and that's so I love this Mickey picture and I'm going to take it and I'm going to send it. You're good.
And then
now
we're
you
going to
can
keep playing.
We can play. Keeping people present.
And keep playing. Playing is so important for all,
Yes.
walks of life. Love that. Well, how can people find you?
Yes, jambooks.com is the easiest way. We're also on Instagram, jambooks.co, and TikTok, jambooks.co.
I love it. All right, Kay, before we wrap up, we do something with our guests called the Fresh Five, where I ask you 5 random questions where we can get to know you a little bit. And it's so funny. Wendy's face. Bree is stoked. Wendy's nervous.
She's like, wait, what?
And it's so funny because sometimes when I do this, like, people are like, those were the hardest questions I got. The whole podcast. And they're not hard questions. They're like,
improvise.
we're trying to get to know you a little bit. All right. Number 1, what are you guys' Hogwarts houses?
Good plan. I am a self-proclaimed Gryffindor.
Yeah, it actually is. Danny would like to say she's a Hufflepuff.
You know what's
But
funny?
listen, if the hat had asked me, I
You
would
would've
have
said
said Gryffindor,
Gryffindor.
and I would have been sorted correctly. So
I have
All
to
right.
assume I'm Hufflepuff.
If you could have like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you had to pick one that you ate all the time. Which one would it be? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Really?
Yes. I just
I
feel
love
like
breakfast.
it can be savory, it can be sweet. It's like the perfect meal. I'm always ready for breakfast.
Yeah.
If you were stuck on a desert island and you could only listen to one song over and over again,
no.
what would it be?
Maybe Stay the Night by Jukebox the Ghost.
I don't know.
I was like,
I was
what-
gonna say Claire de Lune because I don't think I'd get sick of it. I think it's just nice and peaceful.
Something with no words.
Something with no words. Like
When my baby was colicky, we had Breaking of the Fellowship on repeat, and it was the only thing from Lord of the Rings, the only thing that got him to sleep.
that's
We
a
love
good
you.
one.
We're
That's a
a fel-
banger.
yeah. We're Lord
So
of the Rings
it
girls.
was just constant, and that's still what puts him to sleep. So
Stop it.
I feel that. All right.
You've conditioned him.
Yes. What is your favorite quote? Bree is also an actress, and I know everything running. Are you running your lines through your head? I knew she was.
Way too many lines. I couldn't tell you a single one on the spot right now. And I performed last night. Like, I don't know. Oh, it's so hard. Quotes are so hard. I don't know. I'm a scripture girly sometimes, and I do love, with God, nothing is impossible.
I think that's a perfect quote.
Just
I love
opens
that
up,
quote.
man.
I think that's a beautiful quote. And Wendy is literally biting her nails
She's
because
like,
this
"Don't
question is
ask
so
me." Maybe a
hard.
Lord of the Rings one?
Yeah. Well, I was actually, since you said scripture, just
You've
that
got
we're
those
here to have
memorized.
joy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're here to have joy.
If you were, like a race in Lord of the Rings, elves, dwarfs, humans, this one is just for you guys because you were so excited when I said Lord of the
Yes.
Rings. What would it be?
Elf.
And I mean, what would you be? Not what would you want to be?
Okay, listen.
Elves
I have always had a secret dream to just perform, to act as an orc. I just think that those orcs with their creepy eyes and they're just they have these amazing close-ups with like stuff coming out of their mouth.
I am beside myself because Bree, you are literally
actually do
playing.
know.
You have played
Exactly.
princesses.
I know.
You are like
Maybe
iconic
that's why.
princesses.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why. It's like I just want to show
You gotta get
people
some of the grime out.
Oh my
versatility.
gosh. I was not ready for that.
I'm so sorry.
Wendy, wait,
It
are you-
really
are you
is.
I'm
sticking
going to
with
stick
elves?
with elf.
Dude,
Yeah.
yes, you are an elf.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
She is
just-
divine in nature, honestly.
I
Like,
love it.
I love them. I want to live forever.
I
Keep playing.
We're just polar opposites.
Yep.
You guys are fantastic. Bree and Wendy, thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
We've loved having you. And for those listening, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and we will catch you next time.
Congrats, you made it to the end. If you want to continue to freshen up your day, you can watch us on Fresh Living every weekday on CBS Channel 2 in Utah at 1 o'clock. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel, KUTV Fresh Living, and follow us on social media. We will see you next week.